everyone. It's been a couple of weeks since I did a YouTube video. It's like life gets in the way, doesn't it? I'm just like, even in retirement, life gets in the way. I've not managed to get the drone up and about. The wind dropped and now the wind's picked up again. I've had loads of things to do in the garden. We've got this massive garden, my landlady and I. We've got actually a barn that we're converting at the moment into like an eating area, sitting area. It's going to be unbelievable. And then in a few weeks, I'll take you for a walk around because it's quite a remarkable little spot. Big spot, really. It's gorgeous. I just wanted to come on today and talk about retirement. For years, I had a landscaping business and then a gardening business after I had a heart attack and a bypass. And there were a few people I worked for who retired, and I remember one old chap retiring and saying to me, you know, retirement's awful, it's not what it's cracked up to be. And I was saying to him, well, you're just sitting in the house, why don't you come out with me in the garden? Oh, I don't like gardening. I said, well, make a brew for both of us, have a chat to me, you know, and we'll just chat around the garden. And he wouldn't, and he sat down, and then one day I went, and his next door neighbour came out and told me that he died. Very sad, but before I retired, I'm one of these people that I like hobbies. I've always made music. I've always had a studio. I always do a lot of hand panning. I go out busking and things like that. I've got electric cello here, electric violin, all sorts of gear. So that's one of my constants all my life. But and whenever I pick up a hobby, something takes me into it, I kind of chuck myself into it completely. I did a lot of knitting about a couple of years ago, and I made loads of hats and jumpers and things like that. And then something took my imagination, and I saw some YouTube videos, and it's not to everyone's taste. There are a lot of blokes who do it, a lot more women, and this is kind of making jewellery. First of all, I've always liked outdoor things and rocks and trees and natural things rather than artificial things. And I was cutting up the rocks, and the beautiful things inside some of them, agates and all sorts of things, semi-precious stones, and polishing them up. And I saw this YouTube video about making jewellery, and I thought, oh, I'll have a go at that. And there's some women on there predominantly. There's one bloke, Matt's crazy something or other. He's really good. And they're very delicate and they're very beautiful. And they're the wire-wrapped stones that they make into pendants and rings and bracelets and all sorts of crapola earrings. And I thought I'll have a go at that. And I started doing it, and mine have kind of turned out more how I'd like them. They're more basic, and because I'm new at it and I'm not very good, I'll admit that I'm rubbish. But I'm enjoying doing it. And they're almost like, they're very hippie, which suits me because I'm an old hippie, but they're basic. And what I did, oh, I've just bumped my mic, so I don't know when to make it right. I got a Dremel. I bumped it again. I got a Dremel. And when you get a Dremel, you can get all sorts of extras for it. And they're not expensive. And this Dremel's coming very, very useful doing things around the house anyway. I bought myself a proper big kit of gear. I think that was about 17 quid. It's got all the grinding and polishing things in you could possibly need. Wire, look, wire for me, but loads and loads of wire. And it's all very inexpensive. I'm going to go to Hobbycraft this afternoon and just have a look around, see what else I can get. But I'm really enjoying it. And basically what I'm saying is that when you retire, all you youngsters who are nowhere near yet, but it will come if you live long enough, don't sit about. There's so much to do. There is so much out there. mean, these are two of the first ones I did, and I've only been doing it about 2 weeks. So I did these two, if you can see them, like that. And then I kind of messed about and done a couple more. There we go. That one. Where are we? That one. And that one, if it'll focus. It's focusing on that and not me. And then I did, and then getting slightly better all the time. I did that one. And these are all on like black cords. They're a bit cheap on Amazon. And then I've just done this. Take me about an hour. Take me less than that. Just done this at lunchtime. And I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah. So there you are. So that's all I wanted to say. Basically, that's what I've found. Making jewellery. Some people may say it's not the manly thing to do, but I don't give a toss what people say anyway. But when you retire, there is so much to do. There is so much out there. There's just... I've not got enough time in the day. I really haven't got enough time in the day. I'm not out with Molly and the camera or the binoculars or just wandering in the fields or I'm doing this or I'm gardening or I'm playing my music. I'm doing umpteen other little hobbies that I've got. And I always said when I retired, if something comes along and it takes my fancy, I'm going to do it. I don't care what it is or what it costs. If I've got the money to do it, I'm going to do it. I want at the end of my days to be able to look back and think, well, I did everything. I've done everything I want so far. Played in bands, raced motorbikes, done everything I wanted to do. And at the end of the day, I want to be able to say, well, there's nothing that I actually said, oh, I fancied doing that, but I didn't for any reason. I may only do this for a few months. I may carry on doing it. Might something else might crop up. All I'm saying is, when you retire, if you're retired now, if you're coming up to retirement, if you've got retirement in the future, embrace it. It's fabulous. Get your money in order, then you can retire as early as you possibly can. It's great. There's so much to do. It's fun. I've never enjoyed myself so much in my life as when I've been retired. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. In the next video, hopefully, if the wind drops, we'll be out with the drone, find some nice old buildings and things to visit. And that's it. Remember to press the like button, subscribe if you like what you see. If you don't bother. Whatever. Anyway, see you. Peace and love, people.